So this Riccar R25P, this is the second version. This was a curb find. There's the serial number and the model number. It's a 2021 model, so it's about 5 years old or so. Best I can tell, there's nothing really wrong with it. Unfortunately, the scavengers took the cord off of it, which is pretty common when I find vacuums at the curb, no matter what brand or how good they are. Even if they're premium units like this that cost a lot of money new, they don't care. They just rip the cords off for the little bit of copper wire in them. And also, I've been noticing vacuums at the curb. People are taking the accessories and attachments off it. So it's another annoyance. Otherwise, this vacuum would likely be fine if I were to put a cord on it. But unfortunately, sourcing a new hose and wand and attachments is about $60 to $70 for one of these, which isn't egregiously expensive, but vacuums don't have a whole lot of resale value on them. So for this video, we're going to be trying to replace a cord on one of these. I've already done a cord on a standard series Riccar, which does not have the cord going into the handle like this. So if you want to see that version, the link is in the description to that video, and vice versa. For starters, what we're going to have to do is eventually prep this cord. This is a used cord, but if you need to purchase a new one, link is in the description to one of those as well. So looking at this, we're going to have to do two things. We're going to have to pull this back plate off because likely the cord goes up and into here and into through here. And then we're going to have to pull this off too. Let's go ahead and just pull this off and see if I can confirm my suspicions. I think it's just this single screw. This screw, I think, just goes into the plastic threads here, and I am correct. You guys can see that C-clip. We can pull that out. And actually, we should be able to kind of slide this out. So I'm not too sure how this is going to line out, but pop that right off. Simple C-clip. And then let's see how we can, yeah, that's kind of annoying, but I can see how they put this thing together. Zoom you guys in a tad. Very carefully. I probably should use a flathead for this, but let's see how it does. Simple as that. So now we can just pull this off. And now we have access to everything here. So now we're gonna have to pull apart the handle. As all these are Phillips, thankfully. Self-tappers. And we can see how they have everything set up here. So I'm going to really quickly do a picture of this so I can freeze frame it. And that way we know how everything goes back together. So I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of this type of this way they have this thing laid out, because it's just really annoying dealing with it. And I'm gonna have to put in a lot just like that. And then grab our new cord. So of course, before anybody, including myself, forgets, this has to go back on, as well as the strain relief. So this is going to go on first. And we're just going to throw that all the way down there. And you're going to get this thing. There's a lot that goes into this. And then we grab the rubber grommet, fish that through. So now at this point, you just grab your wire with everything kind of put back together. Just fish it on back through. And we should have enough slack here, so I'm not really that worried about it. I am going to cut this down a little bit more, just in case. So that's how you get all of that back together. So now we just have to put everything back together here, reorient this cord down here. So, okay, so just putting this back in. This thing's got a notch down below, so it can only go on one way, thankfully. But get this little board here. Everything's lined up good. All I'm doing here is just routing these wires so they're not going to hopefully impact too much when I put everything back together. That looks good. Perfect. So go ahead and sink these back in. Again, these are all self-tappers. More. Cool. So that hard part's done. Now we just got to put this grommet back in place. Might have to use a flathead, but we may get lucky. So this damn grommet came back out, so I gotta reorient that. Probably gonna do that after I get this C-clip on. Not going nowhere. There it is. And let's see if we'll just get power at the switch here. Yep. Let's stick it on the machine and see what happens. What do you know? She don't want to turn on. I bet you I know why. On Riccar's Simplicities, any Tacony product, they have this thermal reset. So if you jam something up in the machine and it shuts itself off, it's supposed to do that. So again, $700 vacuum. Obviously, I've not messed with this button at all. Let's see. What do you know? Turn it on. It's absolutely incredible. I have picked up so many Tacony products over the years that have this thermal reset on them. It's just a simple circuit breaker. That's all it is. The amount of these machines that I've picked up made by Tacony that are put to the curb because people do not think they work anymore. They quit working, so they throw the machine away, and it's because of that stupid button that they don't even bother to try. I mean, honestly, these things have like a 5-year warranty. Just bring it into the store you bought it from, look online and see who your local supplier is for them. Or better yet, call Riccar, call the number, and they will tell you. That's very likely the first thing they will tell you and try and walk you through if your machine is suddenly exhibiting a no power issue. It's just absolutely mind-numbing to me how people just can't even be bothered with doing the most basic amount of troubleshooting on their machines. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about you if you're here watching this video. I'm talking about whoever threw this thing away to the curb, spent, $700, $800 on it after tax, and it was just, all they had to do was press a button. I've seen so many of these machines, not this specific one, but Tacony products, they love to put these thermal resets on their units. And it's very, very common when I get these machines from the curb, they don't want to turn on. That's why. This machine sounds good. It's nice and healthy. Let's see if the brush roll at least turns on. Yep. Look at that agitation. Incredible. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. I'm eventually going to do a full service on this one and showcase it in its own video. So stay tuned.